Okay, today, oh, sorry. Don't mean to be dressed up like an ICE agent. I was cutting onions. Anyway, so today I decided to cook something that isn't exactly a summer treat. It's probably something better for autumn, even winter. But it occurred to me today. And coming up with ideas is not my forte. So I'm going to make some potato soup. I'm just kind of winging it. All right, let's look at the ingredients. Okay, I've got the cheese. Oh, potato and cheese soup. This is Presidente British Mature Cheddar, because that's what I had available. And some Emmental Râpé Fondant. Whatever the hell that means. Need some butter. Gonna cook some bacon the way my brother suggested it. We got some garlic, maybe. The cut up onions. I got some chives for later on. The bouillon cube is right here. And I've never used a bouillon cube before, so the back of the box says to use 1 liter of water for 2 cubes. To use, it being the box, says to use 2 cubes for a liter of water. That's way more than I need. So here's my water. I'm gonna, let's see, about half of a liter. Is this 1 liter? Yeah, it's 1 liter. Oh no, that's 1.5 liters. Shit, okay. That's probably all I need for the bouillon cube. I mean, we'll see how it turns out when it's done boiling. For now, let's put on the water. And in the meantime, let's put the bacon in the oven. Oh, guess I have to turn the oven on. Okay, oven's on, bacon's going in. And we'll get back to this when the water gets going. Okay, it's just starting to simmer. So let's just drop this in. And I have no idea what's going to happen. See if I can make this go down farther. Oh, I can. Nice. I'm supposed to have a wooden spoon. I do not. So my rubber spatula will have to serve. I mean, that's just me. I just Mr. Make Do. Alright, I was chopping that up. That looks like enough water for that bouillon. They're pretty damn concentrated. I was thinking of adding more, but I think that's more than I need. Okay, now when that bouillon's done, I'm going to pour it into this glass. And then we'll get to cooking. We'll need to cook the... Well, I'll show you as we go. Okay, see how it's going. I don't know, man. It looks awfully watery. I may have to stick another bouillon cube in there. Let's see what happens when I... let's mix it up some more. Nah, that's strong enough. Let's make sure this is really dissolved. But it smells like chicken broth, which is what it's supposed to smell like. Now I could see clumpy stuff at the bottom. I think what it needs to do is come to a full boil. Let's turn the fire up a bit. Okay. We'll see what that does. By the way, some people use chicken bouillon. Some people just use water. I'd never used a bouillon cube before, so I wanted to give that a go and see if that made it more flavorful. It's also going to mean I don't have to put any salt in it. Oh, I got a story. I got a salt story. I went to the store a while ago, and amongst other things, I bought a packet of sugar. And so last night, I made a carafe of coffee. Let me show you what I do. This is the coffee I'll drink in the morning. So I put 7 scoops of instant coffee, same number of scoops. Scoop, I don't mean scoop, I mean just spoon of sugar, and mix that up with the boiling water and stick milk in it and stick it in the fridge, and it's cold by the time I'm ready to drink it. So anyway, I did that last night to get ready for work today. Oh shit, that fucking fridge. Anyway, to get ready for work today, I have a quick little yogurt thing for breakfast. I pour a cup of coffee and get a big old glass of water with tons of ice because it's hot, it's summer. Why the hell? Oh shit, bacon. Okay, that's done. That's done and ready to take out right this second. Sorry to interrupt my story, but I need to make room for this thing. I want to take it out of the heat immediately. I fully forgot about it till I just smelled it. Okay, it's not bad, but I'm taking it out of the heat immediately because I don't want it to burn. It's already a little bit more cooked than I wanted, and I'll show you what it looks like. Looks like that. I'm going to crumble it up and put it on top of the soup when it's done. It's not an ingredient into the soup, so okay, I didn't ruin anything. Actually smells pretty good. That's also way more bacon than I need for this soup, of course. I made that much because I'm gonna make sandwiches. Bacon and cheese and ham sandwiches or something. All right, hang on, I gotta move some stuff. I need both hands. Okay, anyway, I think you probably know where that story was going with the coffee. Set down my coffee and my water, started booting up my computer, had a big old nice gulp of coffee. I didn't have any sugar. I'd accidentally bought salt. Yeah, I made a whole carafe of coffee with salt, not sugar. Not a nice surprise. It's my own fault though. I mean, the sugar packet and the salt packet look the same. But, hang on, you need to watch this also. Anyway, the sugar and the salt packets look the same. They are only marked in Georgian. Now, I can read Georgian, but I forget to, just out of laziness. So I didn't read the packet, and I just bought the smaller one. Smaller one with salt, not sugar. So yeah, I didn't have any coffee this morning, which sucked. So after class, I made coffee. I had to go to the store anyway. I had to buy that onion because I couldn't find any onion powder in the supermarket. Honestly, that broth turned out all right. That's all right. That's more than I need. But now let's turn the fire down a bit and let's bring you back over here to the stove. I got a few more moving parts with this recipe, if that's what you want to call it. So there's a bit of moving around. So what I'm going to do now is melt some butter and fry up some of these onions. How much butter? I don't know. Some. I mean, it's butter. And you want potato soup to be creamy, right? So that needs to be turned down more because butter burns very easily. And yeah, that's the voice of experience talking. Okay, that's probably more than I need also. But a little more butter than I need in a potato and cheese soup is not going to be a noticeable problem, you know. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to fry these onions in the butter. I want to fry them until they're, I don't know, translucent. I don't want them to get brown, but I want them to be translucent, soft. And again, I don't like onions. You don't strictly have to have onions, I don't think, but I like the onion flavor. I chopped them up really small. I would have used onion powder. Now when this is done, I'm going to add the potatoes and okay, they're starting to brown. Better add the potatoes and the chicken broth, bouillon, whatever. Okay. Now, how much broth do I need? Enough to boil these potatoes until they're soft. So, I mean, not even half of what I just made. So now this is going to just boil for 15 or 20 minutes. I'm going to break up these potatoes. What I want them to do is get soft. And I may add more bouillon, probably not. If I need to add more liquid, I'll probably just make it water. I don't want it to be chicken potato soup. Although, you know, it doesn't smell that strong. It doesn't sound bad, actually. I'm going to add more. Not much more. Okay, now let me see what time it is. All right, it's about 25 to 7, so about, I don't know, 20 minutes, and we'll come back and see how this is doing. Okay, some of this bouillon is boiling off. The potatoes aren't quite as soft as I want them to be. So I'm going to add the rest of the bouillon. I've already added some. I may have to add some water because I want these potatoes soft. And they're not soft yet. It's been about 20 minutes. But, well, you know, the clock doesn't tell you when it's done. The food does. So The potatoes are still, they're mushing up a bit. And that's good. I want it to be somewhat mushy. I want it to be kind of chunky too, a little bit, but it's still too, yeah, the potatoes are still a little bit too hard. So let's let this go a little bit longer. If I need to add water, I'll add water. And when these potatoes are soft, then we're gonna add some cheese and some milk. And then it should be done, but we're not there yet. So let's put it on pause a little bit longer. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Yeah, it's getting much softer. And we need more liquid. So we're gonna add some water. Also, remember that I have this masher. So let's scrape the potatoes again, mix some of that water in. We're gonna let that boil off as well. Let's use the masher and see how mashy they are. Nah. Not super mashy, although if I mash them a bit like this, they may soften up faster. I'm not yet ready to add the cheese. I want some of that water to boil off, and I want the potatoes softer. Probably softening up the onions too. That's a good thing. All right, we'll get back. Okay, the potatoes are very mashy now. I'm gonna throw in some cheese and immediately some milk. Cheese. We want the cheese to melt, but we don't want it to stick to the pan. Ow! Don't want to touch the pan either. That was stupid. There's going to be some very cheesy potato soup. Let's mix this up. Give that stuff a chance to... Yeah, that's really cheesy. And now add some milk. Now, you may want to use cream. Probably don't want to use 2% milk, but that's what I have. Obviously a fair amount of it. I do want it to be a soup, not a sludge. It may have been too much cheese. Although I'm of the school that there's no such thing as too much cheese. Now, it occurred to me that part of this problem, it may have occurred to some of you as well, that part of the problem may be that I'm trying to make such a low yield because I live alone. I'm adding pepper. Can't really have too much pepper either. But if you don't have enough pepper in the soup, you could just add some more when you get a bowl of it or a cup. I'm just gonna have a cup. I mean, it is summer. It's about, it's 30 degrees outside. All right, the potatoes are very, very mashy. In some cases mashed, but some chunks. I mean, this is kind of this is the consistency that I kind of like it. All right. that's basically done. Now see, that's pretty chunky, even still. Let's see what it tastes like. All right. She'll be somewhat chunky, maybe a little chunkier than I want it. Okay. Another thing some people do is they make things go faster by sticking some of the soup or maybe even all of it in a blender, depending on how chunky they want it. It doesn't have to be chunky at all. It can still be, I mean, it's mostly potato, so, you know. But the cheese is mixed in enough that you're not getting this big thing of cheese. All right, so I'm gonna make myself a cup. I'm just having a small cup. It's hot out. I don't remember whether I told you just now or not. It's about 30 degrees outside, so you don't want a super hot, heavy soup. And, you know, let's be honest, cheese and potato soup's kind of hot and heavy. I also don't have a ladle. I'm using a big-ish spoon. As spoons go, it's big. As soup ladles go, it's going to take me a bit to fill this cup. I don't need to fill the cup anyway. Hang on. I'll do this little process and then come back. It'll just be a second. Okay. There's my cup of soup. All right, so it's thicker. It's not chunky, but it's thicker than I would like a soup to be. I could add a little more water and boil it a little more. I think I might, but for right now, it's done. It's done. The bacon and chives add something. That's kind of nice. It tastes great. It's not the most beautiful potato soup you've ever seen, but I mean, it almost looks like mashed potatoes. It's thinner than mashed potatoes. You know what I'll probably do is just add a little more water. Just a little bit more. Turn the heat back on and make it a little more soupy. But you know, for the most part, it's done. And it's tasty. So, that's it for now. Hit like and subscribe if you're so moved. I'll see you, well, no. I'm not gonna see any of y'all, but I'll be back next week to cook something else. No idea what it may be then, but I'll come up with something. Hopefully something a little more summer-like. Like last summer I made those chicken tacos. You remember that? Those were pretty nice. Think of something more cool, maybe. A cold soup, perhaps. I don't know. So, okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna get going. Take care. I'll be back next week, and I'll see you. God, quit saying that. You'll see me then if you so desire, but I'll be back next week. Take care. Have a good week. Happy cooking, morons. Actually, everybody that I know personally who watches these videos are a lot less moronic in the kitchen than I am, so, you know. All right, I'll be back next week. Ta.